How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Serene Madness. First of all, I'd like to thank a couple of people who had donated to my GoFundMe account. I'm trying to raise $1,300 for a friend of mine who was trying to get the remains of her husband back after he just recently passed. She has to pay $1,300 for the cremation services from the crematorium place to they're withholding his ashes until she pays the bill. She is going through some really tough times financially and just through general hardship, and I've raised about $150 so far of the $1,300 that's needed. So the link is in the description box below if anybody would please like to help me out, help her out. I would be greatly appreciative of that. So today's video, I mentioned it in the past couple of videos that I'm going to talk about my most wanted knives to fill out my collection. I'm not really into buying a lot of knives these days unless I find something that really strikes me and is really cool and I just need to have it. But as far as just buying knives willy-nilly anymore, I'm not really doing it. If I also need a knife, I can make a knife if I need to. So it's just not really in my wheelhouse to do that anymore, to buy knives. So there are a few knives out there that I do want to get and purchase to fill holes in my collection. So I'm just going to show you them today. I have photos of them and I will show them. So let's get to it. The first knife I want to fill out my collection is the Benchmade Griptilian. Here it is. I just want to get the regular size Griptilian and the Tanto blade. So easy peasy Japanesey. Second knife is, I used to have one of these and I gave it away as a gift, but I want to get one back, and it's not a very expensive knife, I just haven't repurchased it, is the Booker Magnum Bulldog, and here it is. This particular knife, I really love it, I really dug it, because it is a stubby, beefy, wide little knife. It's, you know, standard size pretty much of a pocket knife, and it has a really wide little beefy blade to it, and I just really dug it. I gave it to my godson as a Christmas present one year, so I do plan on getting another one in the near future. They're around $20. They're not that much. The next knife is actually really hard to find. I have not really found one of these up for sale. There were two of them made, and I think it came out, two different models made, and I think it came out in around 2014. I think they came out around. A friend of mine, another viewer, is a friend of mine, Sparrow Angus, sent me one of the models. And it is the Booker Plus Mini Slick Tanto. And here is that knife. This one I already have. I actually have it in my gear bag, but I just don't have it. I didn't take it out, so I can't really show it to you. But I have that one. But the one I don't have is the sister version, the sister blade to that knife, which is the Booker Magnum Mini, and they call it the Slick Pikel. It's this mini Karadashi. I love Karadashis. But the next knife is actually a knife that I'm finding a little bit harder to get. I do still have my Spyderco Persistence available for trade or sale. If anybody out there has any of these knives and want to trade me for this, I would be willing to do that. And this next knife is the Boker Nano folder, and here it is. This knife I'd be willing to trade for this, because I've been wanting to get this. I have not been able to get it. The price has actually kind of gone up. I think it's around the $60 to $65 range. And it's a little tiny, little cool little flipper. The next knife is the K-Bar Warthog, or the Warthog 2, and here it is. And it's just a really, really cool looking little, cool looking pocket knife. And I'd like to get that one. The next knife is an exclusive knife, and I think it's an exclusive to Bud K catalog, that knife and weaponry. You've seen it if you're familiar with companies that have catalogs like that have gear and knives and things and weapons. Bud K is one of the premier prominent ones out there, and they have a knife called the Chinois folder, and here it is. And basically what I like about it is it's like an upsweep. So it has like an upsweep blade, similar to a Persian, and it's really cool looking. I like the styling on it. It's kind of got like the handle of like a Strider knife, but it has like these Japanese kanji symbols going up it, and it's pretty cool. And that one comes in different versions. The black one is pretty much the one I want to get. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. So the last knife on this list, and I've been wanting to get this for the moment I saw it. I saw this knife back in 1989, 88, 89, in that area, that year. Cold Steel is one of my favorite knife companies, along with Boker, and I just like the models they come out with. They always come out with new stuff. The original Cold Steel Tanto was really cool. I'd love to get one of those. Those are astronomically up there in price now, the original vintage ones. And maybe I'll get one someday, but they did make a limited edition version of the Cold Steel Tanto, and they made the Recon version, which is this knife. And what they did is they basically sandblasted and satin finished the blade. It's basically the same knife. They just changed the blade. They ghosted out the blade and they made it like a gray. And it made the knife even cooler looking. So that's the version of the Tanto, of the Cold Steel Tanto vintage one that I want to get. That's pretty much it for the most wanted knives that I want to add and get for my collection. Just filling holes. But anyway, that's the video. I hope you liked it. If you want to trade me any knives, or I'm going to do a video of sale. If you want to buy my persistence or trade it for something, let me know in the description box below. And yeah, that's the video. I appreciate you all. Like, subscribe, share. I miss you all my old school buddies. I would wonder where the hell you are. Find your Serene Madness world. I'm out.